Alright, today we're going to be talking about my round 1 through 50 strategy on the map Shangri-La in Black Ops 1, which is definitely one of the hardest maps. Let's just get that out of the way right away at the very get-go here. This is going to be 2 spliced games because of how hard it is for me. And it's a pretty new map for me altogether. I've played this game for 12, 13 years, ever since it came out, 14 years. And I really always avoided Shang. Wasn't good enough to play it, basically, or I just avoided it because I was afraid. And recently I've gotten into it, but really it's only been about 3 weeks of playing Shangri-La, not even 2.5. My first game where I really went for it was round 40, June 30th, so yeah, 2.5 weeks ago. So here we go, strategy's bumping. Get power on by round 4, and the first thing I always do after I turn power on is I buy the Bowie knife. You want to grab that and maximize your points in the early rounds. You're going to be hitting the box. Really depends on your luck. First game that I played, which is the footage you're seeing up until round 25, I had some pretty bad box luck. I think it took me to like round 17 or 18 to get the baby maker. It's usually a lot quicker. The second game I played, I got it on like round 9 or 10. So it's just really depends on your luck. The first game I had 3 downs before I even hit 40, which just shows how much I was struggling. And then the second game I didn't down once when I got to 50. So it just, once you figure the strategy out, which I have not changed at all since I started using this strategy, you'll really start to get used to everything. It's like every map. You get comfortable, and then before you know it, you're getting far. So you need monkeys, in my opinion. This is a map you actually need monkeys for my strategy anyways. Every time the napalm zombie shows up, you want to throw a monkey in the high rounds just so you don't get yourself into a bad spot. A couple of my deaths where I was trying to get to 50, I died in the 40s a few times, or because of the napalm, just getting in there and blowing up and pretty much blocking your path. This is my early round strategy. I use this room. Always keep the door behind me closed, unless I have to open it to pack-a-punch my pistols. Usually just restart the game if that's the case, because I really utilize this area for the first 15 to 20 rounds. See right there, like the napalm zombie, it really helps in this case because he always spawns in that doorway and you can kill him. But when he spawns out in the wild, when you're training in the spot you'll see later, he is a major cock block. And it's kind of, I like that they added stuff like that into these maps because they're not super annoying, they're not super over the top, but they also do pose a threat. So you see around 17, I finally get the baby maker. And, I mean, you can grab quick revive whenever. I grabbed it a lot sooner in my second game because I just knew, I stopped trusting myself. But, around 20, it's a good area. I guess I didn't upgrade this right away, but usually when I get the baby maker, I upgrade it pretty much right away. I do not like this thing not upgraded. You shoot the zombies, and they only stay in the baby form for about a second or two, so you really have to be quick with your shots or running through them. When you upgrade it, obviously, it's like 6 seconds of them being small, so you don't really have to rush whatsoever. You can just walk through them, shoot whatever gun you want at them. I always have Mustang and Sally, though, and I see right there, you always shoot in front of you. Don't be afraid to waste a shot or two. You get a lot of ammo on this map, and the box seems pretty friendly for cycling this weapon on the higher rounds. I only cycled it once, and I got it back within 3 or 4 hits. So maybe I just got lucky once, but I don't think it's nearly as unlikely as getting the Thunder Gun back on high rounds and stuff like Ascension, where you could spend sometimes upwards of 120,000, 150,000 points before you get it back, which is just beyond frustrating. So you see right here, I skipped to 25. I like to use the Semtex as well. So this first game, everything was going extremely well, like normal drops, everything. I don't have sound on for this particular game because I felt like it was kind of drowning out some of my videos, but the sound just pretty much cut out in my second game after around 34 or 5. I couldn't hear my character speaking, and I couldn't hear the drops that dropped, and some of them were invisible. I thought I saved a clip. There was a zombie around 33 that was invisible. So I don't know if that's just this map. I have never had anything like this happen on any other BO1 map. It's a BO2 issue with the drops that are invisible. I've never had that once in BO1, so maybe that's a Shangri-La issue. Again, I'm not really too used to this map, so these new things, I have no idea. And the character thing happens on a lot of BO1 maps. I don't know how or why, but Seems like 30 plus on some maps, your character stops speaking, and it's very odd. So you can stop every time you get a max ammo or an insta kill or something. It doesn't tell you. It just pops up and says max ammo. It doesn't say max ammo. You can still hear the zombies though, thankfully. If you couldn't hear the zombies, I probably would have ended up restarting, because like 30 plus, you need to hear where they are. So this is, you can see napalm zombie spawns in. You throw a monkey. Don't even have to shoot them. You just let them blow up and far away from the zombies in the area that you're training, and you don't have to even worry about them. Sometimes you can use it to your advantage. If he spawns in right where I am right there, you can use it like a mini trap to kill about a horde of zombies. But other than that, it really just gets in your way, and the explosion is usually the thing that does the most damage, obviously. It blinds you for a few seconds. The Shrieker, on the other hand, is pretty much useless. The only thing he'll do is kind of blind you for a second or two. Just take him out, no problem, though. I've never had a real issue other than before I have Jug. They're pretty tanky in the early few rounds if you don't have a good enough gun. But you can see here the strategy's pretty simple. I was running through them because this is the only way I could get drops. If I shot my pistols or through a Semtex or Claymores, I could not get drops. I went 7 or 8 rounds without getting a max ammo, and then I finally realized I guess I should have stopped shooting, because the shooting, I wasn't getting drops, period. I got about 2 drops in those 8 rounds, and they were both nukes. So I gave up on the shooting my pistols thing, which is why every time you'll see my Mustang and Sally, they have a lot of ammo, for the most part. I use them for insta-kill, though, which I don't know if you'll see that in any of these clips, but when insta-kills pop up, spam those Mustangs and Sallys and throw Semtexes, and it's pretty much how you deal with that on this map. But it's pretty straightforward. You just do the circle right there. I don't really even utilize the bottom area. A lot of people do the whole full V8. I just use this little area. See right here, I do go down when I when I do get a little overwhelmed, but I like to keep it up there. I was pretty close to it down, to be honest. But that's the beauty of this map. You're basically close to going down every time you use the wonder weapon and you run through the zombies. I have a bad habit of clicking the kills. I like to see how many kills I'm at, and it ruins the flow of my clip, so I apologize. I'm sorry I do that, but it's just something, it's a habit that I've had forever. Just like jumping around. I jump a lot when I play zombies. It's a habit I cannot break. But you can see it's a very straightforward... Oh, I guess I'm utilizing this area a little bit more for this clip. So I just finished this game like an hour or two ago. I was struggling really hard for 3 or 4 days. So you see right here, another napalm spawns in. This is where you can almost utilize the area. I'm pretty sure I do. Little trap area. So when your monkey goes off, it's not going to leave any crawlers, I don't think, on 45. I could be wrong. There might be 1 or 2. So you loop around. And then I think I jump basically through the flames or just around them. And it kills some. I don't know how many exactly, but you can see it when I loop around. It killed some. So, I mean, it helps a little bit, I guess. But, I mean, it would really just be nice if they would have given you a trap or 2 on this map. That was actually helpful. It's one of the slower round 50s I've ever gotten, where you don't really have a choice but to just train it in a slow manner, which I don't mind at all. Love training, especially these tight, really close quarters areas where it's one mistake can change your the entirety of your game and momentum that you have built up. So here's the 50, which just felt satisfying to me, especially on this map. I know a 50 is not very high, but on Shangri-La it definitely is an achievement. Not an easy map whatsoever. Definitely the hardest BO1 map released on BO1. Like Varrock would probably take the cake, but it's not a BO1 map. And 5 is pretty tough too, but at least 5 has some traps. This one is it's just left up to you and your devices, aka the baby maker. It's the only thing that's going to help you. Definitely nice that they gave you probably the best wonder weapon ever for this map. Otherwise, you would have no shot. Because, yeah, toughest map. They gave you something like the Winter's Howl for this. Good luck. This was a necessity to give us a wonder weapon this badass where you could straight up just walk through them. This and the wave gun back to back. We were spoiled for innovation for wonder weapons back in the day, that's for sure. We'll never have zombies this good again. And if you're wondering the games I'll be doing these 1 through 50s on, it's BO1, 2, and 3 and World at War. So don't be expecting BO4 or Cold War, or when BO6 comes out, I'm probably never playing it. So don't expect any of those to be mentioned or shown on this channel. It's just not my thing. I'm an original zombie. Even BO3 to an extent feels a little bit cheaty, where you can just use gobblegums and stuff. This is my favorite zombies to date, and it always will be. So I'm glad I've kind of gotten the hang of Shang in the last little while. And I'm glad I've been able to make a 1 through 50 that you guys can now enjoy and use to possibly get to 50 as well if you've been struggling on this map. Or maybe you're just watching it because you enjoy watching Shang strategies. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you have a good day wherever you are. I hope you have some fun playing some zombies, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.